What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing, and today I'm going to be predicting the outcome of Chris Colbert versus Hector Luis Garcia, and this is going to be a 12-rounder in the super-featherweight division, and this fight is going to be Saturday, February 26th from the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas in Las Vegas, Nevada, and this fight is going to be broadcasted on Showtime, and to get both fighters' resumes, Chris Colbert, fighting out of the United States, holds a record of 16 wins, no defeats, with 9 wins coming by way of knockout. He's currently ranked number 9 by BoxRec in the super featherweight division. He is also the former WBA interim super featherweight world champion, but he was obviously stripped of that belt because the WBA did remove all interim titles. But to list some of his best victories, he has a unanimous decision win over Jezreel Corrales, a knockout victory over Jaime Arboleda, and he's coming off probably the best win of his career thus far, a unanimous decision victory over Togsgut Nyambayar. And to get his opponent's resume, Hector Luis Garcia, fighting out of the Dominican Republic, holds a record of 14 wins, no defeats, with 10 wins coming by way of knockout. He's currently ranked number 32 by BoxRec in the featherweight division. And to list some of his best victories, he's coming off probably his strongest win, which was a unanimous decision victory over former interim title challenger Isaac Avelar. And in my opinion, this fight is going to go in favor of the more slick, more experienced, undefeated Chris Colbert. I just think that Colbert is just not the heavier hitter. I definitely think that Garcia does have more power than Colbert, but I think that Colbert's the faster, more smooth, more agile fighter with better stamina, who's just a better mover, who's just way faster, as I mentioned before, and who will really just dictate this fight based on however he wants to fight it. Chris Colbert probably could even fight this fight at mid-range or coming forward, just with his sheer head movement and defense that he does possess. But I think that Colbert will try and fight this fight off the outside, trying to use his counter-punching ability to really just outbox and outwork Hector Luis Garcia, to just dominate him and to get a wide unanimous decision. I think that Garcia will probably have most of his success in the middle rounds, and he might win only maybe 2 or 3 rounds in total. But I think the early rounds we will see maybe Luis Garcia take one of them, of the first 4, and we will see Colbert try and figure out Garcia's style and try to figure out where he could land his shots. And Colbert, as I mentioned before, will be the one throughout the fight on the outside, trying to land counter punches and trying to hurt his opponent with those counters on the outside with some nice defense, good footwork, and nice head movement, whilst Hector Luis Garcia will come forward a lot, try and land big power shots on the ropes and try and break down Colbert in this fight, but I do not think that will work out too well. So once the second half of the fight begins, I think that Chris Colbert should be ahead, maybe anywhere from 59-55, maybe even 60-54, but I think that Hector Luis Garcia might win. Maybe around 7, maybe around 8, something like that. He might just get a round that maybe Chris Colbert just is a little bit off in. He turns down the gas a bit, and works a bit less in one round. Those are really the rounds that Garcia might get. He might get 2 or 3 rounds where Colbert is sort of lacking a bit and just sort of taking a round off or whatever to gain some stamina, whatever. I don't really think Hector Luis Garcia is going to really dominate any rounds or anything. I think he's only going to win. If he wins rounds, it's going to be razor thin, and he might get 2 or 3 of those. But as the later rounds go on, Hector Luis Garcia is going to get more tired. Chris Colbert's been 12 rounds before, and he's really got a very good gas tank. Never really has been tired late, and I think that he will be able to start to his shots will land more with a lot more power and effectivity to them. And I think that Hector Luis Garcia will really fold in those later rounds and start to really get hit a lot more, as I mentioned before, and really just start to lose this fight more evidently. And he will probably lose every single one of the final 4 or 5 rounds. So with that being said, I think that Chris Colbert should be able to get a wide unanimous decision victory. And I'm talking about rounds 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Maybe even starting at round 9, somewhere around there. As I mentioned before, that Garcia could get just a random round 8, round 7, whatever, some random middle round throughout this fight. So how I see the judges scoring this fight, I think that we could see one judge having a 118-110, which is 2 rounds to Garcia. We could see another judge scoring at 117-111, and we could see it being switched. We could see 2 judges scoring at 117-111, 1 judge scoring at 118-110, whatever. I just think that Colbert will win like 9 or 10 rounds throughout this fight and really just dominate and get a wide, unanimous decision victory. So comment down below your thoughts on Chris Colbert and your thoughts on his opponent here, as he was originally supposed to face Roger Gutierrez, which was really supposed to be an excellent fight for the WBA regular title, but he obviously had to step out. So yeah, now Garcia's in here. He's an undefeated, hard-hitting opponent, but I don't think he really has enough to beat Colbert. And as I mentioned before, Colbert should be able to get this by unanimous decision victory. And as I mentioned before, comment down below who you think is going to win this fight, and how, if it's a decision, write the scorecard, knockout, what round, etc. And even if you think Garcia is going to win, and how. So overall, I believe that Chris Colbert is going to defeat Hector Luis Garcia to stay unbeaten and to get yet another wide unanimous decision victory. And once again, I think the judges will score this bout 118 to 110 once and 117 to 111 twice. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.